Students, in this class we will discuss about stability problems in the emulsion. So basically there are three types of stability problems in the emulsions: creaming, cracking and phase separation. Creaming is reversible whereas cracking and phase separation are irreversible. Let us see what's cracking. So cracking is separation of two layers of emulsion, that is dispersed phase and continuous phase, due to coalescence of globules, and it is very difficult to redisperse it even after gentle shaking. So what are the different reasons for cracking? So there are 5 different reasons why your emulsion is subjected to cracking. So number 1, addition of wrong emulsifying agent. So depending on type of emulsion you are going to prepare, either it is oil in water emulsion or water in oil emulsion, type of emulsifying agent which is used varies. For an example, soap of monovalent metals produces oil in water emulsion, and soaps of divalent metals will produce water in oil emulsion. If you are going to use soap of monovalent metals for preparation of water in oil emulsions, then basically this emulsion will get breaked, or this emulsion will be subjected to cracking. So you should use proper emulsifying agent. Next, decomposition of emulsifying agent. Addition of certain substances like sodium chloride or potassium salts leads to precipitation of emulsifying agent. If emulsifying agent is precipitated out, then the dispersed phase and continuous phase simply get separated out. So this is the second reason due to which cracking occurs. Number 3 is by microorganisms. Improper storage of emulsions will basically lead to microbial growth and mold growth, which can lead to deterioration of emulsifying agent, and this again leads to separation of phases. And at last, there is changes in temperature or fluctuation in the temperature. What happens when the temperature increases? Increase in temperature basically decreases the viscosity, and if the viscosity of the emulsion or viscosity of the continuous phase decreases, then creaming process will increase, that is, movement of these globules upwards will increase, which will lead to creaming, then it can lead to cracking. So this is the next reason why cracking occurs. And at last, creaming will again lead to cracking. So what is creaming and what different factors will affect creaming, we'll discuss in the next factor. So these 5 are the different factors which affect the cracking, or what I mean is separation of phases in the emulsion. So what are those? Addition of an improper emulsifying agent or opposite emulsifying agent, decomposition of emulsifying agent because of addition of certain sodium or potassium soaps and sodium chloride, something like that, because of presence of microorganism, contamination can lead to the phase separation, can lead to the cracking of the emulsion. And at last, change in the temperature, and increase in the temperature can decrease the viscosity, and that even can lead to the cracking. Then we will see what is creaming. As I said earlier, creaming is reversible. Creaming is upward movement of globules to form thin layer or to form the thick layer at the surface of the emulsion. Creaming is reversible, and by gentle shaking it can be converted into an homogeneous mixture. It means it can be redispersed, all these globules can be redispersed. So creaming is a reversible procedure. What are the factors which are going to affect the creaming? Factors which affect creaming can be easily understood by Stokes' law. So what is Stokes' law? Rate of creaming can be explained by this equation. V is rate of creaming is equal to 2r square. R stands for the radius of the globules into d1 minus d2. d1 minus d2 is the differences in the densities. d1 stands for density of dispersed phase and d2 stands for density of continuous phase. So differences in the continuous phase is the one of the factor, then gravity is the factor, and at last viscosity by n neta, viscosity is the other factor. So how they are going to affect? So rate of creaming depends is directly proportional to the radius of the globule. If the smaller the radius of the globule, then slower will be the rate of creaming. The globule size is larger, then the chances of movement of these globules toward upwards is higher, then the rate of creaming increases. Differences in the densities: the lesser the differences in the densities, the slower will be the creaming. The greater the differences in the density, then the faster will be the creaming. Then comes the viscosity. Viscosity has a very important role. Here you can see viscosity is in denominator. Viscosity is reversely proportional to the rate of creaming. Greater the viscosity of the dispersion phase, slower will be the creaming, and if the viscosity is compromised, then the creaming will increase. So these are the factors which affect the rate of creaming: radius of the particle, differences in the densities, gravity, and viscosity. Then even temperature affects this creaming. As we discussed earlier, in cracking also, increase in temperature is decreasing the viscosity. Even in creaming, increasing in temperature or fluctuations in temperature is basically decreasing the viscosity of the continuous phase. If the viscosity of continuous phase decreases, what's happening? Movement of these globules basically increases, because viscosity is resistance to flow. This resistance is prevented, so your emulsion get compromised, and it leads to creaming. So in order to prevent creaming, what things to be considered? Number one, globule size should be minimal. By using homogenizers or by using other equipment, you need to reduce the globule size so that you can reduce the rate of creaming and you can increase the stability of the emulsion. Number two, differences in the densities between dispersed phase and continuous phase should be minimal. So if you decrease the differences in the densities, then you can increase the stability of emulsion. So that's the second important factor. And the third factor is viscosity. The viscosity of the dispersion phase or viscosity of the continuous phase should be good in order to prevent these movement of the globules, but you should be considerable while increasing the viscosity, because excessive viscosities will cause the problems while pouring out the emulsion, and while redispersibility can be affected, because greater will be the viscosity, then it will affect the redispersibility. So moderate amount of viscosity should be increased, densities, difference in density should be minimized, and the radius of the globule should be minimized. Even the storage conditions should be properly maintained, because fluctuations in temperatures can damage the emulsion. At last, phase inversion. In phase inversion, changing of one type of emulsion into other type, that is conversion of oil in water emulsion into water in oil type, is basically called as phase inversion. Phase inversion will basically lead to cracks. Behind the phase inversion is addition of an electrolyte, change in the phase volume ratio, temperature, and change in an emulsifying agent. So students, we have discussed about the three stability problems in the emulsions: creaming, cracking, and phase separation. Thank you for watching this video.